You didn't come this far only to come this far. You've got more miles to go. Hi everyone, welcome to the very first episode of the MidVibe. I am Ashna Juneja, and each week I bring to you one person who's at the middle of his or her own journey towards that one big dream. Today I have with me Rohan Arora, a 24-year-old born artist and a self-made man. He funnily claims that he's going through a split career disorder, and that being said, he's a music composer, an actor, and a scriptwriter. He has featured in and contributed to a lot of films, TV commercials, and his latest project being the Netflix feature film Guilty, starring Kiara Advani. So without further ado, let's bring him to this call. Hi Rohan, thank you so much for joining this.
Hi Ashna, thank you so much for having me.
So I think let's dive right into our conversation. Tell me one thing that in our society where people seem to make these clear boundaries as to what your hobby is supposed to be and what your career is supposed to be, how and when did you decide that, okay, this is my passion, this is my hobby, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pursue this as my career. How did you come about with that?
Well, to be very honest, I don't think about career and what I want to do in my life and stuff like that too seriously. I, to be very honest, look at it like a game. Because at the end of the day, I think the most important thing in life to be is just to be happy, and that is my first priority in life: to be mentally and physically fit and to be happy. And rest of the things are secondary for me. So I look at my career and what I do as a game, and I just try to have fun with it, and I don't really have one passion. I have multiple
Yeah.
passions.
I actually introduced you as this person having a split career disorder. So if you could actually emphasize more on that.
Yeah, that's true, because when I was in college, I used to think about this a lot. Like all the time I used to think about what I would finally, that one thing that I would take as my career or that I would pursue as my career. But that never happened, because I don't think I'll ever be able to leave any of the things that I do. I won't be able to leave acting. I won't be able to keep writing, or I won't be able to stop composing music or stop performing live, because these are things that throughout my journey, and one thing leads to the other, and that's 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 actually true, because even 10 years down the line, if I think that there's something new that I want to do, I definitely go ahead and learn, and then just start something else, like something that I've never done before. And I think that's what makes life extremely exciting, that
Okay.
you go ahead and you pursue whatever you want. I'm not someone who would if I'm 50 years old, I'd never think, okay, I'm 50 years old now and I shouldn't be starting anything new,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't look at my life like that, to be honest.
But then that also brings me to this question that how do you strike the right balance between that juggling between different things that you want to do and also focusing like on that one thing? How do you strike that balance?
uh, I think if you focus on not wasting your time,
Yeah.
not procrastinating, and not focusing on uh, leisure things a lot. So I don't really waste a lot of time. I wake up early morning, I sleep on time, and I get approximately 16 hours. I like to sleep for 6 7 hours, and meditate for 1 hour, and do yoga and work out and all of those things. So that brings me to 16 hours of work. Yeah, so that's how I think I manage stuff, because there's a lot of time in a day, and if you don't waste time, then I think you have a lot of time to do whatever you want.
So you juggle between specifically three, I would say, passions that you have also transformed that into a profession. But then if someone asks you, what's that one goal? What would it be? How do you incorporate all
That's a
three?
I think, to be very honest, I look at myself as a storyteller. I don't, when people ask me about, I get this question a lot. Like people ask me
Yeah.
about that. one thing that I want to do in my life, or one main thing that that defines me. I don't think I can define what I want to do in my life, because I look at myself as a storyteller, and these are all just different mediums of storytelling, be it music or script writing or acting. And I'm actually working on a new project that I'm gonna launch pretty soon, and this board is full of uh, all the planning that I've done. And
Okay.
yeah, so these are just forms of the idea that I want people to understand.
Okay.
If there's an
Okay.
idea that I want people to understand, I can do that through music. I can do that through my acting. I can do that through writing a script. I can do it through anything that just helps me take it forward.
So, if I have to paraphrase, your goal is basically to narrate a story via these three forms or any form that brings out the knowledge from within, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think everybody is just telling a story, and
Mm.
the mediums are different. I just happen to be someone who likes to do it through various other interesting art forms.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about your parents and your friends or the society? How did they react when you said that you want to break through from the traditional concept of pursuing your career? How did they take it?
Just like any other set of parents, my parents were also a little critical about the fact that I wanted to do something that is like the road less traveled.
Mm-hmm.
But once they see that, okay, I was doing well for myself, I was working with good people, there was money was also coming in, and I was making a name for myself, and I'm still making a name for myself. I'm working very hard. So I think the fact that I'm happy with what I do, I think they are happy just seeing that I'm you know happy doing what I do.
When you started off on this journey, when did you decide
Yeah.
that you wanted to start off on this journey? What age was it?
I think I always had a feeling, like when I was in school, I had a feeling that I'll do something creative with my life. I always
Okay.
wanted to do something creative with my life. And I never really decided that, okay, this is what I'm going to do now. It just happened. One thing led to the other. I was uh, 9 years old when I started learning to play the guitar. And I never thought that I'd, play for musical bands, or I'd start composing music for a channel like Aaj Tak. But I did. It was never the plan. It just one thing led to the other, and music led to acting, acting led to script writing, and now I'm working on this new project. So I just went with the flow.
Are you saying that you didn't have any roadmap per se when you started off? You didn't have any plan that if I see myself 5 years from now, how is it going to look like? What will be the milestones?
I think I always had a plan, but it never worked out the way I planned it. So I kept
Why is
evolving,
that?
because because things change. Like now, uh, for example, like I had a different plan from what I'm doing right now because of the coronavirus pandemic. So
Hmm.
that has so I had gone to Bombay. I shifted to Bombay, and I was living there, and I was doing good work. I shot for two films while my stay in Bombay, and I also did. I shot for a couple of television ads also. But
Okay.
now things are completely changed. There's not a lot of work happening right now, so I've moved back to my Delhi home, my parents, and I'm starting a whole new project now. So it's very important to be flexible, and I kept evolving. Like I'm still evolving, and I'm accepting the situation. I'm just making the best use of what I have, or what I can currently. You know,
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
And what do you think when anyone for that matter, when they try to step into this industry, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
us have this very rosy picture. A lot of us have this very
Mm-hmm.
colored picture that I'm going to be this famous, I'm going to achieve these many milestones in this time. How much of it was bursted for you?
Uh, I think it's not for the faint-hearted, because this industry will break your heart a lot of times. And if you just want to into it just for the money or for the wrong reasons, then I think you should do something else and not come to the creative industry, because firstly, it's not as secure as other jobs that we have in our
Mm.
society, and it takes a lot of passion and dedication to stick to it. So I think it's not a lot of people can uh, take that pain or the
Mhm.
rejection that it comes with it.
Could you
So
elaborate
yeah, I
more on
think
the rejections, the pain part of it, if it's not too personal?
no, it's not personal. The thing is that when you're starting out, there's a lot of competition, and the people who want to get work and the people who actually get work,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of difference in these numbers,
Okay.
and the difference is wide. So you need to be patient, you need to be passionate, you need to be dedicated, you need to be positive at all times, because a lot of times it's going to be like you're not getting work, or just be mentally strong if you want to do something like this. And you need to be flexible, you need to
Okay.
accept change. Like, things are changing right now. Had I not been flexible, I would have been crying right now that I'm not
Right.
getting work. Things are not going my way, and
Mm.
a lot of those things. But that is not true for me. Like, I have a new project coming out. I'm making music. I'm also shooting for ads. Uh, uh, we have a new concept of shooting ad films from home. I'm a
Okay.
part of those ad films. I shoot ad films from home now. So yeah, a lot of things are changing, and I think I'm part of the change now. And that is all because I was flexible and I was strong enough to accept that things are changing now. Yeah,
I think you have to be like water. You're supposed to fit in any vessel of any shape, and you're supposed to take that shape of what the environment is putting forward for
yeah,
you.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I was in school when I heard this, when I heard Bruce Lee say this line, that you
Okay.
have to be like water.
Yeah.
And I've always been inspired. So these are the people that inspire me: Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, uh, Sachin Tendulkar, and Satyajit Ray. These are all legends that I've studied, and I've studied their behaviors and how they did what they did and how they made it so big. These were all passionate people, and they never really had a plan, but they just stuck to their discipline and their passion, and they were loyal to their dreams, and that is why I think they were able to achieve what they achieved. And I think that's important for all of us, because
Yeah.
nowadays what is happening is that we change our opinions really fast. There's a difference
Mm-hmm.
between being flexible and consciously changing your decision and your approach to doing things. If one thing is not working, we switch on to the next, and the process is like really fast. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
some people start a YouTube channel, if it's not working, they go for
Mm-hmm.
something else. Then they try to become Instagram influencers. That is not true. If you want to be an actor, study acting, study good actors, learn your craft, and then patiently wait for stuff to happen
I think
and
that's
work
true.
hard, of course.
And consistency, what you're talking about is consistency. That be
Definitely,
consistent in
definitely.
your efforts, be consistent in your determination to do that one thing and keep doing it.
Uh-huh.
And if you
Yeah,
focus on results, if you tie yourself to the results, then you're just going to
hmm,
fail every time. But if you tie yourself to efforts, that's when you will win each day. So
true.
yeah. uh, so if you could tell me three practices or three habits that you
Hmm,
have inculcated over the
hmm,
years that have helped you
hmm.
sail through times when they get really difficult or tough to handle, what would they be? Three things.
Uh, so, uh, so I've always had a lot of habits that I always, this is like an ideology that I have, that you should have good habits to do any good work in life. And the best habits, that I would talk about right now are the ones that I've learned and I've practiced during this lockdown.
Mhm.
And those would be meditation.
Okay.
And number one is meditation. Like, meditation is the key. I think meditation can change your life. I can't really talk a lot about can't really talk a lot about meditation right now, because I'm still in the understanding phase of it. It's been 2 to 3 years that I've been meditating now, and it has completely changed my personality, my way of thinking, the clarity that I have in my mind. It's changed a lot of things in my mind. And during this lockdown, I've just been able to, spend a lot of time alone and think about a lot of things. And I've been able to meditate deeply. So, number one thing would be meditation. Number
Okay.
two would be waking up early morning and sleeping
Mm.
on time and having
Right.
like a good routine in life.
Mm.
And number three would be to be positive at all times. I think these are the three main things.
How do you stay
If you've
positive at
got
all
these,
times?
uh, I would give all the credit to meditation and also to my understanding that I've just come to
Mm.
realize that that's all there is. Like I can't be negative and expect good things to happen.
Mm.
So it is now. It is what it is now. Like I am positive and I'm gonna be positive for the rest of my life actually. Because
Yeah.
yeah, because I don't think being negative can do you any good.
Yeah. For me, positivity comes from having faith personally. Like, I
Mhm,
know that if I am grateful, if I have faith beyond the immediate circumstances, like, for instance, if I am having a very bad day at work, or if I'm having a very
mhm,
bad moment with a loved one, I just know that
mhm,
if I have faith in God or that ultimate power, not God, but that ultimate power, and
mhm.
if I am grateful for everything else, regardless of the vibration of that situation, that really helps me be positive and just stay tight for the good things to
That's
come.
true. Absolutely true. And I think it's very important to have some kind of faith. Like
Yeah.
you can have faith in your you can have faith in God, you can have faith in yourself, you can
Mm,
have faith in some supernatural power that you believe in. Just believe in something and
yeah.
believe in it from the bottom of your heart. Like
Mm,
really believe. And you don't have to force yourself to believe. The belief part comes from the heart. Like you definitely have to believe that if there is a problem, you have to believe that you'll come out of it. If you think that you're going to be successful, you seriously from your core you need to believe that you're going to be successful, and belief is going to play a major role in you end up doing in your life.
Tell me about this new project of yours, something that you've been jotting down on that board. Is this a continuous habit of yours? What do you do with that board, the whiteboard?
This board, so I actually plan a lot on this board. Like I plan what I'm going to do, and I usually just end up being up all night when I can't sleep, and I just get good ideas when I'm not able to sleep, because that's when I'm excited. When I'm excited, I'm not able to sleep. So I then write all my thoughts down on this board, and they give me good ideas to start new projects and work on something new. So yeah, it's a very this board is a very good friend of mine. It gives me very good suggestions.
So, would you want to talk about the new project, or would you want to be
I think
mum about it?
no, I don't mind talking about it, but I think there's not a lot to talk about it yet. Like it's just in the
Mhm.
planning phase of it, and I know I've just come to realize that I want to help people now, and what I've written here is there's a lot to do with helping people and helping them uh, with what they do. I'll talk about it soon when I'm ready
Oh, I
to
think we
launch it
should
and
wait
stuff.
for that then.
Yeah, definitely.
I was actually this morning only. I was listening to a particular podcast, The Science of Success, and this guy Matt, I don't remember his full name. He was saying that we human beings are driven to help people, and if you see
Hmm.
the MRI scans when we help someone, it's the same. I mean, it shows the same frequency as when we're eating something or when we're engaging in a sexual activity. So, like,
Hmm.
helping people is something that is essential, that's something that you
Hmm.
can't not do. I mean, I just got reminded of it when you said that I want to help people.
That's
How
true.
did you realize that you want to
That's
help people?
because I just came to realize that I've never really received a lot of help from anybody in my life except for my
Mm,
parents, and like my parents have always supported me, but like all the answers that I seeked in my life related to my career, to my personal growth, I've just had to do a lot of research. I've had to read a lot. Like I still read probably 2 3 hours a day, and I read a lot of books. And I just want to make sure that people receive that help without having to go through uh, all that research. It's good to research and spend time reading and stuff, but I just want to bring it to closer to people and just help them with shortcuts.
Mhm. I read this somewhere that your purpose is determined by what you lacked in your life. For anyone who's trying to
Mhm.
look for that purpose, or if they're even trying to figure out what their purpose is, they should just reflect on what's that one thing or a few things that they needed help on, the few things that they felt deprived of, and that's what their purpose
Mhm.
will be eventually, or in that
Yeah,
direction.
yeah, and I also believe there's. I strongly disagree with the idea of having a purpose that has anything to do with your career. I don't believe in that. Like I think uh, careers and what we do in our lives and stuff like that is these are all man-made constraints, and we're not born with we're not born to do any job or anything. These are all man-made constraints, and even before careers were invented, like humans were born and they ate food, they had kids, they lived, and then they died. So I think you should never associate the purpose of your life with a career or a job or anything like that. And these are all, as I said, we should always look at these things as games and have fun and just do whatever we want. Yeah,
Okay, okay, that's a very different way of seeing the purpose of your life, because I always felt if you can attach your purpose to your job, that's like a win-win. You get to do things that you love and you're also getting money out of it. That's something that I always felt was the right thing. But that's a different way of
it
seeing
is.
the.
It is right for a lot of people, but for me personally, I think that the purpose of my life is not a career. I can change my career whenever I want. I can do uh, multiple things, and the purpose of my life, according to me, is to help other people and to feel good at all times. I think, yeah. So I don't like to stress about money and career. Of course, it's good for survival, and even I want to achieve a lot of things in life. I want to make a lot of money, make a name for myself. But these are all secondary for me. My
Okay.
primary goal my is mental strength, mental pleasure, you can call it, just being happy all the time. And yeah, like it's more of a feeling than anything physical. Yeah.
So, where do you seek inspiration from when you are trying to create your music or when you're trying to write something? Where do you
Mhm.
seek inspiration from?
I can extract inspiration from anywhere. Like I can extract inspiration from this conversation. Uh, when I'm walking on the road, I hear someone say something that can inspire me. I'm reading something that can inspire me. There's a television commercial that can inspire me. Any online article that I read that can inspire me. Anything, because I'm a little cuckoo in my head and I'm always thinking. So I get these random thoughts all the time, and anything can inspire me. Anything can motivate me to do anything. For example, this play that I wrote, "What's Your Name," when I just graduated from college, and I was asked to write a play by Sohela Kapoor, ma'am. So I just took inspiration from my own life, my own past, the heartbreaks that I've had in my life, and I wrote a play on it. I took some inspiration from Romeo and Juliet, and I took my experiences as an artist, as a guitarist, and I wrote a play on it. So yeah, I think if we look, if we observe things around us, we can find inspiration in everything.
Okay. Uh, Anything that you would like to say to someone your age, or anyone for that matter who's trying to convert their passion into a profession. Basically, yeah, what would you say to someone who's afraid of taking that leap of faith and start right from the scratch?
Uh, I think firstly we have to understand that uh, we're taking these things too seriously. We need to take it easy first. Like if there's something that we enjoy doing, I think that's the only way to go about it. If you don't enjoy uh, something and you just do it for money, of course people have circumstances and stuff, but I think it's always possible to end up doing what you really enjoy doing and whatever you're passionate about. So I think first you have to take it easy and figure out ways that you can do it. I think it's 2020. If you just of course the things are pretty difficult right now because it's coronavirus, because of the lockdown and stuff. But stop thinking about how to make money through your passion. First of all, you need to figure out how to be the best at what you do. If you're really passionate about it, read about it. Practice it, and network with the people who are passionate about similar things. Talk to them, see how they did it, study them, study the legends that you have in your industry, and then I think you'll find your own way. You just there will just be an idea and it'll click, and money and everything will come later, but you just have to get on that journey. Okay, this is what I like doing, and you will find your way. And at the end of the day, you don't really have to follow anybody's path. You can always create your own path. If you're really passionate about something, you can always find new ways of doing those things without following any pattern or anything that has previously been done. So yeah, if you're really passionate about something, you will find your way eventually. But for that, you need to be patient. uh,
Yeah.
for example, you lost patience when I was 1 hour late. I'm really sorry about that. uh, yeah, you need to be patient and calm and not get angry with people, and then I think you'll find your way.
Okay. I think that was a good end to our conversation where I got to hear a lot of taunts as well from you.
No, but I also apologize. Really, I'm sorry for
Okay.
being late.
No, it's
Yeah,
fine, Rohan. That's why we're having this very light conversation, so it works.
yeah,
I think that's all. We shall continue with this conversation once you're ready to talk about your next project, if you
definitely.
would want to. Yeah?
I would love. I think you're the only platform that will give me some attention to my new project. So I'll definitely be back.
Would love to give all the attention to your work. Okay, then. Thank you so much. I had quite a nice
Yeah,
time having this chat with you. Thank you.
yeah.
And I see you
Thank you so much for
soon.
having me. It was, and I wish you all the best for the new project that you have, the MidVibe.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful concept where you're talking to people who are still in the middle of their journey, and I just think I think that'll go really far, and it's beautiful. And thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
doing it.
much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you.